A pearl does not begin with brilliance. It begins in stillness, in darkness, and in the delicate rhythm of life beneath the waves. Unlike gemstones carved from rock or metals forged in fire, a pearl is created by a living organism. It is shaped slowly, layer by layer, through time, patience, and the quiet harmony between nature and human craftsmanship. For thousands of years, pearls have been treasured, not only for their beauty but for the story they carry, a story of transformation. Everything changed in the early 1900s when Japanese innovator Kokichi Mikimoto revolutionized pearl cultivation. His discovery made it possible to guide nature's process rather than waiting for rare chance. By implanting a nucleus and mantle tissue into healthy oysters and returning them to the sea, he unlocked the secret of cultured pearls, allowing their creation to become sustainable, accessible, and consistent in quality. Today, more than 95% of the world's pearls are cultured, yet the process remains deeply rooted in care, precision, and respect for the ocean. Below is the complete step-by-step journey, from the very first decision to the final shimmering jewel. The journey begins with choosing oysters that are strong, healthy, and capable of producing a high-quality pearl. Saltwater pearls often come from the Pinctada genus, including Akoya, South Sea, and Tahitian oysters, while freshwater pearls come from hardy Hyriopsis mussels. Every oyster is examined carefully. Its age, size, and internal condition must be perfect. Just as a gardener selects only the healthiest seeds for the most beautiful flowers, pearl farmers choose oysters with the highest potential. Because the truth is simple: a pearl can never be more perfect than the oyster that creates it. Once selected, the oysters undergo a delicate surgical procedure known as nucleation. This is where human precision meets nature's artistry. A trained technician gently opens the oyster and implants a small round nucleus typically made from shell, along with a tiny piece of mantle tissue from a donor oyster. This donor tissue contains the cells needed to initiate nacre production. This step requires exceptional skill. Even the slightest mistake can cause the oyster to reject the implant or die. Technicians are trained for years to master this fine, careful movement. Once the nucleus is placed correctly, the oyster is stitched or gently closed and allowed to rest before moving to the next stage. After implantation, the oysters are placed back into the ocean. They are suspended in netted baskets beneath floating rafts or platforms where water conditions are carefully monitored. The sea becomes their workshop. Farmers constantly check salinity, temperature, and cleanliness, ensuring a stable and nourishing environment. In this quiet, natural setting, the oysters begin the slow, patient work of coating the implanted nucleus. No force is used. No rush is possible. Everything depends on time, nature, and the oyster's ability to thrive. Inside each oyster, a remarkable process unfolds. To protect itself, the oyster coats the implanted nucleus with layer upon layer of nacre, the iridescent material that gives pearls their glow. This stage lasts anywhere from 12 months to more than 3 years. The longer an oyster is left in the water, the thicker the nacre becomes, and the thicker the nacre, the more luminous and durable the pearl. This is why high-quality pearls possess a depth and shine that cannot be faked. Each oyster works silently, responding to nature, the water, and the conditions around it. Some oysters create pearls that are perfectly round. Others produce oval, teardrop-shaped, or baroque pearls with unique, organic curves. Every pearl is singular, a creation that will never repeat itself. When the time is right, the oysters are retrieved from the sea and brought ashore. This moment is delicate and filled with anticipation. Farmers gently open each oyster to reveal the pearl inside. Sometimes the pearl glows with a soft, silver-white light. Other times it shines with golden warmth, deep black iridescence, or pastel hues. Whether perfect or imperfect, Each pearl is a treasure. It reflects years of nature's work, guided by human devotion. After harvesting, the pearls undergo a careful process of grading. Experts examine each pearl for roundness, luster, surface quality, color, size. Perfectly round pearls are extremely rare. Less than 5% of all pearls harvested achieve this shape. Grading is a meticulous skill. Professionals may inspect thousands of pearls a day, noticing subtle differences that most people would never see. Pearls are then cleaned, soaked in distilled water, dried, and lightly polished. Reputable harvesters avoid harsh bleaching or chemical treatments. Preserving the pearl's natural glow is always the highest priority. Before a pearl becomes jewelry, it undergoes one final refinement. Some pearls are gently buffed to enhance their luster. Others are left completely natural to maintain their untouched beauty. This stage brings out the inner radiance that the oyster spent years building. The pearl's glow is not applied, it is revealed. The final stage belongs to artisans, master jewelers who understand how to honor the pearl's origin and highlight its beauty. Matching pearls for a necklace can take months. Every pearl must align in size, color, and luster. Other pearls are designed into rings, earrings, bracelets, and heirloom pieces passed down through generations. Each finished piece carries the entire journey within it, from seed to sea, from sea to hand, from hand to heart. The global world of pearls today. Cultured pearls now account for over 95% of the global market. China leads in freshwater pearls, supplying more than 80% of global volume. Japan produces iconic Akoya pearls, famous for their mirror-like luster. Australia, Indonesia, and the Philippines farm the world's coveted South Sea pearls, celebrated for their large size and golden or silvery tones. Altogether, the pearl industry generates over 10 billion USD annually, yet the heart of the craft remains deeply traditional, grounded in patience, skill, and respect for nature. Cultured pearls now account for over 95% of the global market. China leads in freshwater pearls, supplying more than 80% of global volume. Japan produces iconic Akoya pearls, famous for their mirror-like luster. Australia, Indonesia, and the Philippines farm the world's coveted South Sea pearls, celebrated for their large size and golden or silvery tones. Altogether, the pearl industry generates over 10 billion USD annually, yet the heart of the craft remains deeply traditional, grounded in patience, skill, and respect for nature. A pearl is not born from pressure or fire. It is born from time, from stillness, from resilience. It begins as a small seed resting quietly beneath the waves, and through years of devotion, both from oyster and human, it becomes a symbol worn with pride, gratitude, and grace. A pearl reminds us that beauty can come from adversity, that patience yields treasure, and that transformation happens slowly, in silence, beneath the surface, until the moment it is ready to shine.